Greetings YouTube and welcome to the Dragon Network. And in today's video, as you can tell, we're doing Pokemon. In particular, I found this box of Plasma Storm that I'm going to open up. And why would I get myself a box of Plasma Storm? Because, well, there's good cards in this set, and also, for every pack you get of Pokemon these days, you get these. These are Pokemon Online booster card codes, and they allow you to get your booster packs, which are used to get cards. And this is how you get cards on Pokemon TCG Online, is basically by buying packs in real life. And in particular, these ones I got here will give me Plasma Storm booster packs I can use to get Plasma Storm cards, and then trade those off, and so on, and so on, and so on. Now, as for what's in Plasma Storm that is worth going after, I will mention those if I get them. Notably, there are some very good trainer cards. You got Burbank City Gym. This is a pretty crazy stadium. 2 damage. You put 2 more damage counters on poison Pokemon between turns, so that's 30 damage for poison every turn, and that can help you get some key knockouts. What are some other good notables? There's also Colress. This card lets you shuffle your entire hand into your deck, and then you draw cards for every benched Pokemon. So you could potentially put your hand to your deck and then draw 9 or even 10 cards. So this is something that will deter people from loading up their bench full of Pokemon, because then your opponent can just Colress and then draw 9 cards. Imagine if this was a Yu-Gi-Oh card that was like, shuffle your hand into your deck, then draw cards equal to the number of monsters on both sides of the field. Yeah! Especially if this included tokens, and that's why Colress can never be made a Yu-Gi-Oh card. And then what are some other single things? Like there's also this, Plasma Energy. I'll talk about Team Plasma as I go through the box. And yeah, we'll just keep going. So, in this set we are introduced to Team Plasma cards. Plasma cards, indicated by a special blue border, get specific support in this set and the set afterwards that will overall make them a pretty potent deck. What do we got here? There's Team Plasma Energy. It provides colorless energy. Ooh, Escape Rope. Plasma Energy provides colorless energy. However, there is a card in this set called Colress Machine, which searches this out straight from the deck and attaches it to your Pokemon. And that's going to be integral for an upcoming deck called Deoxys EX, Thundurus EX, and I forget if they run Mewtwo or if they're running Lugia EX anymore. I know it's like a really good deck in Japan, and I see I've got something in here. Ooh, a Cobalion EX, and a Burbank City Gym Reverse Hollow, so that's pretty good, and Bicycle. Bicycle's neat. This basically lets you draw until you have 4 cards in your hand, and while that may be subpar for draw support, it's a trainer card and not a supporter like Colress is. And I've also meant to talk about this Escape Rope. It's basically Warp Point from older sets where you and your opponent both switch their active with a benched Pokemon, and it's basically like a cheaper version of Pokemon Catcher if you can't get any because it's an older card. And then Cobalion is seeing play in the current Plasma Kling Clang deck. He does 30 damage for 1 energy and discards his special energy to the active Pokemon. And then for 2 metal and a colorless, he does 100 damage, and nothing will change that damage output. Be it Eviolite or Resistance, he'll do a straight 100 damage, and Metal is actually a pretty decent deck. It's like the 5th best deck in the format. So that's pretty good from 2 packs. But yeah, back to Plasma cards. Plasma cards, as indicated by this blue border, they get certain trainers and certain Pokemon that work off of having Plasma Pokemon in play. And one of the best decks in Japan right now happens to be a Plasma deck, which does like crazy damage, and it can like do all kinds of stuff. It's apparently really good. And one of the cards in that deck, Lugia EX, is the cover card of this set, and if I can get one of those, I'd be happy. Would I actually build that kind of deck? I don't know. It does seem like it would be something I could run once, whatchamacallit, Zekrom and Eels get rotated out, because that's probably going to happen. And if you're wondering, ooh, Skarmory, what's this thing? Cargo Jet. Discard a Team Plasma from your hand. If you do, draw 3 cards. Okay, that's not bad. Steel Wing during your opponent's turn, this card takes 20 less damage. Lucario, and then another redeemable booster code. So what was I? Oh yeah, if you're wondering how my Garchomp Altaria deck's doing, it's not doing that great. It's not because the deck is bad, it's just that it just can't compete now, because one of its biggest faults was it had no late game, and yeah, it can easily fizzle out. Ooh, that's cool. Dragon card, I like dragons, you guys know that. And then Magnezone. First, let's go over Druddigon. Basic, 110 HP, it's Team Plasma, 2 colorless during your opponent's next turn, 20 less damage, and then 2 fire, a water, and a colorless is Dragon Claw for 90. Magnezone, also Team Plasma. Ability, Dual Brains. During your turn, you can play 2 supporter cards. That's actually pretty good. It's just, he's a Stage 2 Pokemon in a metagame where Stage 2 decks, not named Blastoise and Klinklang, struggle to keep up because basic EX monsters, like Obalion, like, this is 100 HP basic, and you can just plunk it down, run on the first turn. Whereas Magnezone, you need to set that up. And there is part of the problem with Pokemon. Let's see, what does this guy do? Spiteful Spirit. If this Pokemon is knocked out, meh. So, yeah, people who think that Pokemon is a much better game than Yu-Gi-Oh! Because it has no derp, ho, you guys are sorely mistaken. Pokemon's been going in a derp direction like Yu-Gi-Oh! For the last couple of years, and I don't see that changing until they rotate stuff out. Aha! Here is one of the biggest cards in the entire set, Hypnotoxic Glazer. This, in combination with Burbank City Gym, is one of the nastiest 2-card combos that the game has. Hypnotoxic Glazer will automatically poison the opponent's Pokemon. Then you flip a coin, and if you hit heads, they fall asleep. So this, paired with this, is an easy 30 damage in 1 turn. And it's going to be important for certain decks to be able to knock out some Pokemon like... this actually works nicely with Garchomp Altaria, since that deck can sometimes fall short of being able to knock a Pokemon out. Well, Hypnotoxic Glazer and Burbank City Gym will let Garchomp's Mach Cut do 130 damage as opposed to just a static 100. Let's see, a Lucario and Colress Machine. This is the card I was talking about before. Search your deck for 1 Plasma Energy card and attach it to one of your Team Plasma Pokemon and then shuffle your deck. So, it's just a straight up 1-for-1. Okay, so touched upon a couple things. Let's see, that's not good. Getting a lot of Rotoms. Ether, this was supposed to be really good, but I don't think it's seeing much play. But we'll still hang on to those. I almost want to try and just build a gimmicky Plasma Dot deck, even though it's not going to be that great. I'm sure it would kick ass at my locals because, well, our locals isn't really competitive. It's just really all like the kids who play the Pokemon video games and they decide to pick up the card game just for the hell of it. And yeah, like anyone who like builds a decently competitive deck would probably just raffle stomp the place. I know I do, which is why I don't really go that often. Not to mention I can't really go that often because Pokemon's held on the same day that Vanguard's held, and between the two, I'd probably get more of a fight out of Vanguard. Okay, Beartic, Powerful Rage. Does 20 damage times the number of damage counters on this Pokemon. So it's Outrage, and that's not bad for a stage 1. Even though, still a little slow. Yay, another escape rope. Speaking of the Pokemon video games. Ooh, I see something. Ah. Okay, Hypnotoxic Glazer. That pack just made itself better. Okay, another thing we're going to talk about. A-Specs. They're basically the equivalent of a Giga Chip in a Mega Man Battle Network game, in which they are so good that you're only allowed 1 A-Spec card in general in your deck. Doesn't matter if you have, like this, and a Scramble Switch, you can only have 1 A-Spec card ever. And yeah, Victory Piece is a terrible A-Spec card. Dowsing Machine, on the other hand, is a good A-Spec card, and wow, I just pulled 2 of them back to back. You pitch 2 cards from your hand to add a card from your discard pile to your hand. Sound familiar? Yep, it's Junk Hunt, except it's back in a less OP form, because you can only play 1 Junk Hunt per deck in this sense. Oh well. That's still a pretty good card to have. I can use it to recycle a lot of things. Let's see, Gallade. I've always liked Gallade. It's a pretty cool Pokemon. I remember using him on my Wi-Fi battle team a couple of years ago. Him as a choice card user. Good times, good times. Let's see. Ooh, oh shit, secret rare. This is probably one of the money cards in the set right there. Ooh, Eevee Lights. Holy shit, it's a shiny Blastoise. And it's a secret rare. Like, look at this. Wow. 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 That just made my day. Like, I'm not going to pull anything better than this. A freaking secret rare. What can I say? I'm God at pack openings. Triple H be praised. Well, ooh, Snorlax. That's actually going to be a very important card after the next set. His attack, Team Pack, does 30 damage times the number of Team Plasma Pokemon you have in play. So, in a potential Team Plasma deck, this could do, like, you got 6, so that's 180 damage. Granted, 5 energy, that's a lot. However, he also has this. As long as he's active, your opponent can't retreat. Now, how do you get the most out of this guy? With a card called Scramble Switch, which I may hopefully pull from here. Scramble Switch retreats your active Pokemon with a benched Pokemon and moves all the energy on that active Pokemon to the benched Pokemon. And another Toxic Laser. Yay. 3 lasers already. That's good. So that is how one of the decks works. It like stocks up energy on his active Pokemon, and then you retreat into Snorlax or Lugia EX and goes for the kill. Holy shit, I got a full art Colress. Nice, I'm liking this box. Like, this is how you do ultra rares. Yu-Gi-Oh, please take note of this. I mean, could you imagine Yu-Gi-Oh cards like this? I would love to see the Elemental Dragons a full rare like this. I'm just saying, or fuck it, just make up classic cards like Red Eyes Black Dragon, Blue Eyes, and Dark Magician, and I know I'm bringing Yu-Gi-Oh talking to a Pokemon video, and I shouldn't be doing that, but jeez. Another Weezing, Team Plasma Grunts, I already have a full playset of those, so don't need that. Overall, yeah, this box is pretty nice, despite the fact that it was not exactly cheap. Another Team Plasma Energy, and Reverse Pulse, Beartic. Yeah, Pokemon boxes are not exactly cheap. They're over $100, whereas Yu-Gi-Oh boxes usually 80 to 100 depending on where you live. Like Canada, they're rather expensive. Another Verbank, so that should be 4 now. Verbank is, yeah, it's kicking playing a lot of decks. Toxic Laser is pretty much a staple. Colress is a semi-staple. Most decks play 2 or 3 copies. Ooh, no, that's not the good Bouffalant. Okay, so what should I talk about? I know. I was talking about the Pokemon video games because I'm an avid player of the franchise and I'm looking forward to X and Y. I do hope that Jynx gets an evolution. It's kind of been needing one. It's not fair that Magmar and Electabuzz get an evolution, but Jynx doesn't. This might be a little bit influenced though by the fact that I've been playing ROM hacks where they make Electabuzz and Magmar pretty good Pokemon. Like the one I'm playing right now, it's called Storm Silver. Magmortar gets Magma Storm, which is a move usually exclusive to Colress. Yeah, it's a move usually exclusive to what's it called? What's that one legendary? It's the Fire Steel type. I don't remember him because I never use him because I don't really play that competitively because there are certain things about Smogon style I don't like. I don't like the fact that Stealth Rock is such an abusive move and that it's basically made fire types in certain monster combinations completely unplayable. Ooh, Torterra. That's pretty good. I know someone who's collecting Torterra, so I'll hang on to that. I don't like that. And because I'm a troll, I use Double Team. Ooh, what? Really? They gave me 2 Patrats. Oh, yay, I got more lasers. So that should be 5 for me. So now I got like extras I can start using in other decks. Because then I can build like multiple decks and get my friends to play. Because I know some people who would play Pokemon with me, it's just they don't want to spend money on the game. So, hey, Manaphy. Okay. Ooh, Verbank. Let's take a look at this guy, because I think he's interesting. Final Wish. When this Pokemon is knocked out from an opponent's attack, search your deck for a card and put it into your hand, and then shuffle your deck. You're giving up a prize, but on the other hand, you're Rhoda-ing out just about anything you need. So maybe something will use it. It's a shiny though, and I'm sure someone will want to trade for that. Reverse Hollow Colress Machine, another Rotom, there's a Grotle. So, packing pretty good. Nothing's going to beat that Blastoise though. It's like the game is telling me, dude, you must play an actual Keldeo Blastoise deck on here. And another Infernape, because I have one already, but what's this one? Torment. Choose one of the defending Pokemon's attack. It can't use it during the next turn. Malevolent Fire. A fire and a colorless. Discard all energy attached to this Pokemon for 120 damage. That's actually pretty good. It's just, again, he's a stage 3, and he's a stage 2, and stage 2s not named Blastoise are not good, because they're really slow. Reverse Full Hypnotoxic Laser, that's actually amazing. So, yeah. I'm working on Pokemon Storm Silver right now, and I'm also uploading videos of Pokemon Volt White 2. I'm actually 3 videos away from finishing it. If you're interested in seeing some really whacked out shit like Champion Iris having a level 97 team with Latios and Latias, please check that out. And I got a Reverse Pulse. That was not the Kyurem I wanted to see. If you know what I'm talking about, there is a Kyurem EX in this set that's black, and it's really good in Blastoise.deck because you can do 200 damage and basically discard 2 energies from it. And that 200 damage can knock out anything. So that's why I wanted it, because you could just spam it with water energy. Disappointing. And then I pull a Vernape and... well, that's that, really. Let's recap what I got from here. So, these are all my online redeem codes. Huzzah. I'll have to redeem these later tonight. And let's see, from this box I got a Kyurem, Black Kyurem EX. Let's see, that. I'm just going to make a pile of all my reverse hollows and then my other hollows. Good staples go over here. And I'm just collecting that. Good stuff goes over there. Amazing stuff with that. I can't believe I pulled a secret rare Blastoise. Ooh, these did not mean to go in there. Let's see. And 2 A-Spec cards. That's also pretty nice. Both one bad one, one decent one. So, all in all, that was actually a pretty decent box. That's a lot better than I can usually say. Admittedly, though, my Dragon's Exalted box opening was pretty good too. I pulled, what, the Rayquaza EX, and then I pulled the Secret Rare Rayquaza. That was actually very good, but you know what? Cobalion EX, White Kyurem EX, Secret Rare Blastoise, and Full Art Colress. These are also very good. These are going to be seen play in my deck. And I got these as well, so yeah, good box. Thank you guys for watching. Until next time, stay frosty.